Welcome to Mama Cat's Home. Today I'm going to be sharing a recipe from a favorite Christmas movie. This is part of a collab with Hodgepodge Life of Jess. She will be linked in the iCards or in the description or possibly both. Either way, I will let you know what her channel is. And also, she will have a playlist for all of the ladies, gentlemen, whoever decided to join her in this open collab. She had placed on her, or posted on her Instagram, 'twas the night before Christmas and Jessie had a crazy idea. An open collaboration on December 8th. Make a video of a dish or dessert that you saw in a Christmas movie. In your video, mention my channel and the collab. Go and comment on my video and I will add your video to the playlist. Let's have some fun, guys. So, I didn't lose it. I promise. I didn't lose it. But I did make notes on it. I knew who it was, but I went ahead and put Hodgepodge Jess on there just to make sure that, because I do have another collab that I'm doing, but then again, it does have her name on here, or at least Jessie. And I wrote what I was doing. So, one of my most favorite Christmas movies that I can watch every year or over and over again is this one. Not the cartoon one. I'm really not a fan of that, but Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. It's really fun, it's heartwarming, and it's just something I can watch over and over again. Now, we bought this last year, and you can see it's still in the packaging. The reason why that it's still in the packaging is we bought it, and then, because we didn't have it, and then we noticed it was on Netflix or Hulu or something, so that is the way we watched it. If it's not on there this year, we'll be breaking this bad boy open. So, one of the things in How the Grinch Stole Christmas was him stealing things. And we know he stole all kinds of things from the Who's. One of the things he stole were cans of Who hash. So I have decided to, well, I had actually tried to figure out how to recreate it, and I was like, I don't know what's in Who hash. They just said it was a can of Who hash. So I decided to go to the interwebs, and I went to the Dr. Seuss website. I found a recipe. Pretty much anything goes with this recipe. You can do whatever you want with it. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. You're actually supposed to be using leftovers. I don't have those, so I'm going to be doing it fresh from scratch, but you can just pretend that I'm using leftovers, because that's what they do in these animated movies or these movies, is pretending and taking you to another place. So let's pretend that I have all leftovers, and maybe I had prepared a meal with these things days before, but you will see me doing the fresh stuff, but that's okay. I'm going to grab the camera and I'm going to show you what I'm using in my Who hash. Okay, the first thing it tells you to use is some sort of meat. I chose beef because it's just simple. It also did give you some suggestions of spices, so I had thyme and rosemary that it had suggested, so I decided I would use that. I also have salt and pepper here, and I have some parsley flakes. I have, stop bumping, I have chicken broth because that is what I'm going to be using to cook my root vegetables. I have carrots, I have red potatoes, regular potatoes, Irish potatoes, whatever you call them, russets, something like that. I have some of the sweet peppers, and I also have a cubano, and I have an onion, but I also have some onion that I had already used part of. As you can see, there's a lot of it missing out of the middle. That's half of a large onion. I have butter, and I have avocado oil. That is what will be going into the dish, unless I decide to throw something else in, which I probably won't be. But if I do, you will know because I will tell you. These are the tools that I will be using. I have my trusty Joseph garlic press. I love this thing. And not only that, it is stainless steel. So if you have onion smell on your hands and you use it to wash your hands, or if you wash this, then you will have this. It helps take the smells away. Did I say I had garlic as well? There's garlic in there. Can you see it? I don't know. Maybe. I have my vegetable peeler. I've always called it a potato peeler since I was little. My big Cuisinart green knife that I love. And then my little paring knife, the little orange one I love. And then my cutting board. And then over here I have my trusty blue diamond ceramic pan. And I also, what is that? I don't know. Nothing. It's not anything. It's just something there that bothers me, like a weird color. I need to grab one of these because I'll be needing that. And I will also need a bowl because I'm going to do my little steaming trick for these root vegetables. You can add whatever kind of vegetable you want. Any kind of root vegetable. You can use rutabagas. You can use turnips. You can use radishes. You can use whatever. It doesn't matter. Use whatever you want. However much you want. However you want. But these are the ones I chose. You do need onion and pepper and garlic though. No matter what. And butter and oil. And rosemary and thyme and salt and pepper. Maybe. I don't know. You can choose your meat. You can use chicken. You can use ham. You can use pastrami. You can use any sort of cooked meat you want. So I'm going to have to go ahead and get this over here and this. So I'm going to sit it here and get this going and get the meat cooking. And I'll show you the meat after I get it in the pan or while I'm putting it in the pan. And then I'm going to get all of this prepped. So let's get cooking, guys. This is going to be fun. I don't know why, but it just feels like it's going to be fun. Maybe because this movie is fun. Okay, so we're going to get this meat going. So the first thing I'm going to do is put in a little bit of butter. Probably about a tablespoon, a little over. And then I'm going to put in some oil. I love this little oil dispenser that sprays and it pours. You just turn that and it stops the pouring. I love how it works. I got it off Amazon and I'll try to link it below if you guys would be interested in it. I mean, it doesn't spray like the cans of spray that you get from the grocery store, but it sprays pretty good. I like it anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and put my beef in. I should have let it heat up a little bit more, but I didn't. It's not quite as hot as it should have been, but that's okay. It doesn't have to cook real fast anyway because I've got to get all those root vegetables going. In this, I'm going to put salt. And some pepper. You can use whatever kind of salt you want. You can use whatever kind of pepper. If you want to use white pepper, you can use that. If you want to use already ground pepper, use that. I just like to grind my own. I don't know why. The rosemary, I don't know how much of this I'm going to put because honestly, I've not cooked with rosemary very much, so don't know. A little thyme. And then some parsley. And if you had fresh stuff, I'm sure that will be great too. This is a new thing of parsley and it's not wanting to come out very much. So, let's do it this way so that I can get it to come out the way I want it to. And you immediately start smelling those herbs and it smells so good. So, what you do is you just let this cook up until it's done. And then as soon as it's done, you turn it off and you leave it here until you're ready for the next part. This is only because I'm doing it all fresh. So, since this is just going to cook and the next thing is just going to be, it's going to have to be, you know, done, I'm going to go ahead and show you all of my vegetables. I may add more seasoning. We shall see. Okay, so I'm just going to peel up all of my vegetables, get any bad spots off of them, and then I have a colander in my sink that I'm just going to throw them in there and then wash them up, and then I'll cut them up after I get them all washed. Okay, so now I'm going to get all the veggies cut up and put it into the bowl, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that. Okay, so my potatoes and carrots are cut up. These are going to be the ones that need to be cooked a little bit ahead. So I put them in a bowl so that I could cook them in the microwave. The way I did my ranch mashed potatoes, if you watched that. But the difference is I'm going to use a little chicken stock, or is this broth? I don't know. It's broth. Chicken broth in here instead of just water. I'm going to pour a little bit of that in there. Probably about between 1/4 and 1/2 cup, maybe half this can. I try to cut these as close to the same size as possible. The potatoes the same size and the carrots the same size, because the carrots do take longer to cook than the potatoes. So I wanted them to be able to cook evenly. So I'm going to put this in there. Probably about half the can. And then I'll put the rest of that up. And I'm going to put some saran wrap over this. You don't really have to do that. I just do it to make it go faster, and put it in the microwave for 10 minutes. And then I'm going to cut up my onions, peppers, and crush my garlic. So I took my meat out, put it in a little bowl. Got all my other little fixins in their little bowls. That might be too much onion, but then again, in our family, what's too much onion? I don't know. Got my potatoes and carrots. Potatoes and carrots cooked up. They are done. The only thing is, it says to drain them, and I have not done that, and I may not. I don't know yet. I have to decide. But what I've got going on here is the drippings, the leftovers, the whatevers from the meat. I'm going to leave it in there because it's goodness. Normally you wouldn't have this because remember, this is leftovers. We're pretending, okay? So, let's pretend that we have the yumminess or whatever. We're not pretending that. We know that. It's there. Put a little bit more butter, a little more oil. Yes, it has some in there, but remember, you're going to be putting potatoes in there, so they stick. And this pan did not stick until I accidentally dropped a metal coffee cup in it. And now it sticks right in the middle, right where that coffee cup fell at. That was not fun. So, what you do now is you have your butter and everything in there. It's melted enough for me. I'm happy with it. Now I'm going to put my onions in. And my peppers. And I'm going to cook them for about 5 to 6 minutes. Let them get translucent. And then I'll throw the garlic in. And then after that, I will put the potatoes, carrots, and the meat in here. Something else I did not tell you you will need, and this is only if you want it, it is optional, is to cook an egg and put it on top. I will be cooking an egg for Jeff and Noah. I don't know if Noah wants it. I'll find out. But I know I'm going to cook one for Jeff. And just going to show you that after it's done on his plate. Because I don't want an egg. But it is an option. Okay, so now I'm going to put in the garlic. And the reason why I picked the green cubano, however you say it, is because, you know, the Grinch is green. And plus, that's how many of the other little peppers I had. So, I chose that one because we had it. And, yeah, it'll be fun that way. This smells really good. Okay, so now I'm going to put my potatoes and carrots in here, and remember you can use whatever root vegetables you choose. So we're going to put them in there and let them brown up some. I did add some more salt and pepper. I may add more, but I'm not sure because potatoes do need a lot of salt. And I am going to add some more butter into here because those potatoes are very dry. Which you want them to be dry because you want them to brown, but they have sucked up all that liquid or the butter that was in there. Can you grab the butter? Okay, over there, Jeff is cooking some eggs for him and Noah. Those are Noah's. He didn't want his yolk running. Jeff does. So, got this to this point, and like I said, my pan does stick now. It didn't used to. I don't know why it does it just in that one spot where I dropped that, but I don't know. It's weird. So now I'm going to put the meat in, but I'm not going to put it all in there because Selena doesn't want to eat this, and I'm going to save her some out. Is that enough? Okay, we'll put this somewhere to stay warm. I'm gonna add the meat back and then stir it up, and it's done. Now, I mean, you just gotta heat the meat through again, which it was still warm. Get the eggs done, and I'll show you what it looks like on the plates. Okay, so I forgot to do an outro, so this is gonna go really, really slow. At least the video part. This is Noah's plate. You'll soon see Jeff's. I want to thank Jess for inviting me to the collab and everyone else that she invited. It's been really fun. It was really fun to figure out a meal to do or a dish to do from a movie, and it was just fun. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you like my channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified. Also, leave me a comment down below. Have you tried to make a meal or a dish from a movie? And remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.